Today's story is about a boy who is very smart in studies, but he also has many flaws. Like he does not talk to anyone, does not meet people, and he does not have any friends. And seeing this, one day his parents bring a girlfriend on rent for him, after which something happens to him which we are going to see in this whole story. So, hello friends, my name is Ishita, and in the beginning of this story, we see a girl named Mary leaving the house in a hurry because today a government employee named Goffrey was seizing her car. Actually, before dying, Mary's mother had taken a loan from the bank and built a house for her and left it for her. So now Maddie collects loan money by working in a court during the day and driving a cab at night to repay the bank loan. And actually, the 11th boyfriend of Maddie was also one of them. And now because that car was going out of her hands, so she starts cajoling the driver. Just then, a boy wearing underwear comes out of the house while exercising. Seeing him, Goffrey gets jealous, but Maddie tells Goffrey that he is my cousin who has come from Italy. Just then, that boy comes near Maddie and starts clinging to her. Seeing this, Gary understands everything about Maddie and picks up Maddie's car and leaves from there. Now, since Maddie no longer has a car, she goes to work while skating. There, he parks his car on a deep road and goes to a shop. Then, while going Medida skating, she sees her car on the road. After which she goes there and takes her car off the truck and starts it and tries to run away. But then we see that she forgot to untie the rope from the medieval truck, so the car was unable to move forward. Then Gary sees everything from inside the shop and comes out and takes away the car again. And Mary fails to run away with her car. Now we see that Mary goes to her friend Sahara and her husband Jim and tells them everything and says that now, how will I repay the bank loan without a car? Then Sahara searches for a second-hand car for her on OLX. But Medieval says that I have already seen many cars on OLX. I think you won't get such a good car there. Meanwhile, Sarah sees an advertisement in which rich parents want a girlfriend of 20 to 25 years of age for their 19-year-old son because the boy is very shy and is afraid to socialize, and he hasn't had any girlfriend till date. And for this, the rich family will gift the girl a wonderful car. But now because Mary is much older than the boy, she discusses this with her friends, and after taking advice from them, she decides to go there. After that, we see that while taking medication, she reaches the house of that rich family with great difficulty and meets the parents of that boy, where he says that our son is 19 years old and is very intelligent in studies. But the problem is that he does not go out of the house and does not even talk to anyone in school. And he is very afraid of many small things like smoking cigarettes, drinking, partying, talking to girls. And apart from studies, he only watches short videos on his phone in his free time, and if he continues doing this, then we are afraid that how will he be able to mingle with other students when he goes to the university next year? Hearing this, Medieval says, "Then do you want me to stay with your son and help him socialize?" He says yes, you just have to mingle with him, make him a bit smarter, and remove the fear inside him. And the day we see that our son is improving, from that day on, the car that we have kept as a gift will be yours. He should not know that we have appointed you for him. Right now, he is not at home but in the animal shop. All you have to do is go there and do a little acting and make her your friend. Then we see Maddie arriving at that shop wearing a red dress and trying to impress Parisi on the pretext of adopting a dog. But Parisi does not fall for her words. On the contrary, he starts getting nervous inside. Then Mighty tells him that, "Why don't I drop you to your house today?" Parisi is not ready to go with her, but Mighty insists a little and lifts his cycle and puts it in her van. After this, Parisi has no choice and he gets ready to go. After this, we see that Medieval in the van jokingly says that I am kidnapping you and taking you away, and saying this, she turns the van towards her house instead of Parisi's house. So Parisi gets scared, and as soon as the car stops, she sprays paper spray on Medi's face. After which Medi gets out of the car and says that I was just joking with you. If I had kidnapped you, then why would I have brought you to my house? After this, Parisi understands that he has made a mistake. Then he gives a bath to Medic using the pipe used for watering the garden, and at the same time he also gets ready to go on a date with her in the evening. Then we see that in the evening, Medic is waiting for Pussy in the club, and in a short while Pussy also reaches the club. Seeing whom everyone starts laughing because he was wearing a coat on top and a pair of shorts instead of pants below, but Maid praises his unique art. Start talking while drinking ist. But on this beach, Maddie's ex-boyfriend arrives there and starts telling Parisi about them by showing his engagement ring and how Maddie left him. So now, as soon as the travelers leave from there, Maddie takes Percy to a beach. But it was forbidden to come there after 8 o'clock, and Percy did not know how to swim properly. But Maddie tries very hard to take off Percy's clothes. But when he does not take off his clothes, she herself takes off all her clothes and goes into the water. After this, Percy also takes off his clothes and goes into the water, and as soon as they both come into the water, some people come there and they take their clothes and start leaving from there. Seeing this, Maddie gets angry, and she comes out of the water in the same condition and beats those people and drives them away from there. After this, she again comes into the water and tries to get intimate with Percy. But Percy says that I am feeling a little weird right now, and I don't want to do anything like this right now, because right now, I don't even know you properly. Now Maddie gets angry when Percy refuses and comes out from there and is about to leave from there by sitting in the car. Just then, Percy also comes, but she doesn't let Percy come in the car and gives her clothes outside the car. But she doesn't give him his phone, because of which Percy hangs in front of the car without clothes, but Maddie doesn't stop the car and starts driving like that. Now seeing all this, the police also starts chasing them, and to escape from the police, Maid drives the car at a very high speed and goes in front of the train, and both escape a big accident. Now we see that both are in Maid's house, where Maid starts trying to attract Percy by playing songs. But Percy still could not understand what was happening. Then suddenly Percy starts feeling itchy, and he sees that he has rashes. Then Maddie starts applying medicine to him, and during this time, both of them start talking to each other. Then Percy says sorry to Maddie, and says that today, because of my rashes, we could not do anything on the beach, so tomorrow we will definitely spend time together. Now, the next day, both of them meet and go to many different places, and have a lot of fun and spend a very good time with each other. And after talking for some time, both of them kiss each other. Then both of them also meet Parisi's friend, whose name is Jody. So they talk. Do you like children? I agree that Parisi's parents have a lot of money, but that money is not his. That boy is a simple person, and I know girls like you very well. If anything happens to Parisi because of you, I will not leave you. Now in the next scene, we see that both of them go for dinner together, all dressed up, where, on Maid's insistence, Parisi plays the piano and sings a song, after listening to which everyone there gets impressed and claps for him. Then after playing the piano, Parisi's friend Natalie comes there, and she invites Parisi to a party for tomorrow, and says that I am also going to go to university, so it is going to be a lot of fun, and we both will go there together. Saying this, she leaves from here. Now after she leaves, Parsim tells Ad that Natalie is a very nice girl. We both will go together, and I am also getting my driving license made, so that I can drive the car myself and come to meet you on weekends. And looking at Parsi here, it was clear that Parsi is getting attached to Mehdi, and Mehdi was also understanding this. After that, both of them leave after having dinner, and we see the scene inside the car, where Parsi starts drinking and tells Mehdi that I am ready for you. I have fallen in love with you so much, and now I want to be intimate with you. So Mehdi says that you have just had a drink and you will not be able to do all this for the first time in a drunken state, so we will do all this some other time. But actually, Mehdi was also feeling bad that she is with Parsi because of an agreement, and Parsi does not even know all this. Still, he is getting serious in her love. Now the next day, we see that Parsi tells his parents that now I am getting a driving license. Hearing this, they become very happy. But then Parisi says that I have a new girlfriend named Mehdi, and I don't want to be in a long-distance relationship with her. So now I will not go to university, because now I have grown up and can take my own decisions. After that, we see that Parsi goes and sits in his dad's car, And as soon as he leaves, his mom and dad call Maddie and tell her that we had a deal in which you will get a car, so now you can take that car. Just convince Parsi to go to university. But Parsi hears their beach talk due to the operating system of the car, and he feels very bad. And he realizes Maddie's feelings were not love, but a deal. After which he calls Maddie home the next day, and despite knowing everything, introduces Maddie to his mom and dad, and while eating, he makes fun of Maddie's age. And then he gets up from the middle of eating and goes away from there, and with the help of one of his friends, he takes that car and breaks it. After this, he comes back home and comes to his room and asks Maddie to get intimate with him, to which Maddie agrees, but because it is the first time. Parisi is not able to do anything for long, and he gets aroused in a short while. Then he tells the medic about her car that a tree has fallen on her car. On hearing this, the medic understands that Parisi has come to know everything. Then Parisi says that I thought you really like me. But that was just my madness, to which Mary says, no, Parisi, you are thinking wrong. I really like you, and I was doing that deal just to save my house. But really, I love you very much. But still, Parisi angrily tells her to leave from there. After that, we see that Mary goes to her house and starts being very sad, because she feels that somewhere she has played with Parisi's emotions. And here, Parisi also goes back to his old habits, where he plays games, watches short videos. Then one day, Maddie goes and meets Parisi and tries to convince her and says that our friendship was true and I really have feelings for you. And because of that deal, I keep cursing myself every day. Saying this, she starts following him, but Parisi was still not agreeing, and he goes and sits in his car. But Mandy does not leave him alone, and hangs in front of his car, and tries to convince him again and again. Then Parisi says that I have nothing to do with you. I don't want to talk to you. Saying this, he starts driving the car. Then Mary starts shouting and says, stop the car, I want to talk to you. But Paris doesn't stop the car, and while going, the car goes through a beach and into the sea, due to which Maddie falls into the water. After this, Paris gets down from the car and takes Maddie out of the water and brings her to the shore, and there Maddie says sorry to Paris, and this time Paris agrees and hugs Maddie while crying. This means he has forgiven Maddie. Now in the next scene, we see that Percy gets ready with his luggage to go to the university. He leaves the house after saying bye to his parents and comes out and sees that Patty is standing in front of him. She is asking Percy if anyone needs a cab, and this romantic story ends here, showing this laughter and joke. So friends, if you liked the story, then like the video and subscribe to the channel to see such funny stories.